Yo, what's happening, people? And welcome back to the Tiki Taka podcast. We're going to hear hot takes, unbiased opinions, and hopefully have a couple laughs along the way. Now, I'm sure this is the episode that a lot of you have been waiting for. It's the one that I've been waiting for because in the midweek games, Arsenal played Villa at home, and it was a massive game. It was first versus third. The gap between Arsenal and Villa before this game was 3 points.
Yep.
We all remember less than a month ago, we went to Villa Park and we lost in the last minute. And you know me, I've been telling. Usually when I go to some of these games, it's I'm feeling like I know what I'm in for today. It's gonna be a slog and Wolves and Brighton, but this one I was ready for.
Is it?
I was telling you, I was like, yo, revenge.
Yeah. You were saying
and
that.
I was saying that. After I was glad they beat Chelsea coming into this one because I wanted it to be on us. I didn't want Chelsea to stop the winning run.
Yeah, okay.
I wanted that to be on us.
Fair.
And I've said in a few times, like I remember leading up to the City game last year, I was like, if it is one of those days where everything goes in,
that I'll give you for sure.
We can pop City.
You were saying that it could be one of those. Like we're due one of those
because Chelsea battered Villa. Yeah. Now the game didn't really pan out like that. Yeah, especially first half. Yeah. But I just I had a feeling of like enough's enough now, innit? Like the players and Villa and Arteta and Emery. It's just. I was telling everyone. I was seeing some of my other boys. I was like, tomorrow I don't care about the title race.
Yeah.
I just want my 3 points tomorrow. But slap it on Emery's head. Slap it on Emi Martinez, on Emi Buendia, on Watkins, on all of those guys. That's what I wanted. Now, it didn't help that 4 hours before kickoff, there's news that there's no Declan Rice.
Yeah.
That was a tough one.
I messaged you immediately. Said, this isn't good. This isn't good. Declan Rice is not here.
But
because I'd banked the 9 out of 10 performance.
Yeah. And obviously, if he does that, we probably win the game.
Yeah.
Especially against the Villa midfield that is quite powerful. Luckily, they didn't have camera or whatever, but even with that, I still just thought, no, we just need to get this done because I've had enough now. And there's Gabriel's back and Saliba's there. And when I was looking at the team sheet, I was like, outside of Rice and maybe Calafiori, this is our strongest team.
Yeah.
So obviously Havertz was on the bench, whatever you want to do with the strike or whatever.
Yeah.
But this is probably our strongest team, and we're at home, so we should go and move to them. And like you say, the first half was fairly even. Obviously, Watkins had his chance. Gyökeres had a couple of chances, but I wasn't confident at half.
I couldn't stand. Yeah. Not that I couldn't stand the first half, but like I put it into the chat. I was like, I don't think I can watch this.
Yeah.
Like there was that period where, and I don't mind. I know that if Declan Rice is not going to be there, there's going to be some transitional moments for the other team. Yeah. But it wasn't the first one. It wasn't the second one. It was like when the third one was moving, when Tielemans just hit that ball, no looking behind, straight to Rodgers, defense split. I was like, man, I don't know. And obviously, this was a big game. Every Arsenal fan was desperate to win this one. But when the first half was panning out the way it was panning out, I was just like, I need changes at halftime. I don't even necessarily know if it was a fault within the setup or whatever it was, but more so just that the Onana, Rodgers, legs and Tielemans sort of know-how, we just couldn't really I can't say we couldn't really deal with it. As a fan, it was just awful to there's so much PTSD, there's so much like trauma from Villa. Even at home, I'm not gonna lie, it's in our recent memory of Villa beating us at home.
I didn't actually know it until you sent me the message that Emery hasn't lost the opposing manager at the Emirates.
There's so much recent memory of Villa having good performances or getting a draw or beating us at home that I was like, I just don't know if I can watch this, if there's going to be another 45 minutes of this.
Yeah.
And the way in which we did win, man, it was...
Well, look, so obviously at halftime, there aren't any changes made.
Yeah. Apart from mentally.
Yeah, right. And obviously, I think that Arteta gave them a rocket, but the change that was made that I think had quite a big impact on the game was Onana. coming off was actually the Villa change.
Now, when Onana cut through us,
Yeah.
obviously that was like this. I was like,
because
man,
three,
this
like
is
you say,
gonna
three
happen.
times in that first half they've gone straight through the middle of our team, which I never see.
Yeah.
And obviously Declan Rice is a big part of that. If Declan Rice is in that midfield, Onana's not trying.
And trust me, looking at Odegaard and Marino track back after someone's dribbled past them is a horror show. Is a nightmare.
But you know what? For after a couple of, because then that happened all in like the first 25 minutes. After the second 20 in the first half,
we tried to add the ball a bit.
And for the period that Marino was on the pitch, because I still can't believe he didn't get sent off. I still can't believe that.
I thought the ref was dodgy though.
Yeah, he patterned up a bit after those first 25, and he started giving Onana more problems.
As I say, I don't know.
It made me think it was like. Yes, obviously, if Declan Rice is in there, Onana's not trying that. It's just snuffed. Taking the ball. But a lot of people love to question Marino and whatever, and the drop off between him and Declan Rice is going to be big. But it's still Villa, right? It's still Onana and Tielemans and whatever. And the drop off from Rice to Marino wasn't enough to decide the result of the game
It wasn't, but it wasn't that. For me, it was the combination of Marino. Obviously, Arteta told him we're missing Rice, be more physical.
Yeah, you're going to have to be,
Marino was like snapping into challenges and like within the first 15 minutes, he'd already made like 2 slight challenges. One of them was unnecessary. One he's just gone to ground.
So what do you got booked for?
So I wasn't, Marino's thing is like, I know Marino, if he can get there, will put a challenge in. It's just that if you've dribbled past Marino, he's not getting back. He's not getting there. The Odegaard one is like, Odegaard, he's not the quickest. Exactly. He's not the quickest, but he might have the legs to get there, but he's just not even going to attempt it because like if Onana's bursting through, it's just arm out to Odegaard to the floor. So it was the combination of like having a midfielder who's physical but can't get there, and having a midfielder that can get there but just isn't physical enough to do anything. That was really and Zubimendi's like in between spaces and like
Zubimendi was doing a lot.
That's what I'm saying. He's in between spaces and like because this man is run, he's got the overlap. Zubimendi's worried about the overlap and I'm stuck. What should I do here? It was a tough, and it's Villa, man. It's a tough half to witness,
especially because we'd been saying that Villa they were almost being described as the mentality monsters of the league. And if that game goes late on and Villa's points,
I wouldn't have even minded it if we had an early goal. It's just that I knew how much the first goal was going to be important to this game. Like I couldn't stand a breakaway Villa goal because that would have just set the cat amongst the pigeons, and we know what's happening if Villa get a breakaway goal.
And look, we'll get to the second half. The one thing I want to mention before we get there is like we're talking about how important the first goal is. Yeah, the ball from Jadon Sancho across the box to Ollie Watkins. Is from Saliba. That is top draw. That is, and it's harsh because it's elite defending. It's Paolo Maldini. But that's the level I expect from Saliba. That's what I want to see from him. That he switched on the whole time. Obviously, he switches off a bit for Marlon, but it's 90 plus 4 minutes. I still feel like if Gabriel's on the pitch, Saliba wins that tackle. But obviously, Gabriel's come off by then. But that is it. Switched on, alert, always 24/7. There's no like, I can. My way through this game. No, switched on, studs on the ball, deflect it away from goal, top.
Yeah, no foul, all ball.
Because I think Sancho was onside as well.
You can see, all you need to see is like Pope, man. Put that right there with the Pope reaction. All you need to see is Watkins' reaction to when Saliba gets a stud on. Watkins is already like halfway through his shooting motion. He's so certain this ball is coming to him. Like Watkins has his hands in his face by the time the ball goes out of play because for him he's chalked that one up. This one's in. Yeah. So, I mean,
and look, that's if that goes to 1-0 Villa.
Yeah. I'm not sure he was offside then either.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I think Sancho was onside. I think Watkins was onside from the pass. But look, second half, Arsenal come out and they absolutely maul Aston Villa. Arteta tightens the screws. He shows Emery levels. He makes a couple tactical adjustments, and Villa just got moved to bop to. And the Emirates is becoming a bit of a thing. That Atletico was 0-0 at half time.
Bayern Munich 1-1
for Bayern Munich. Now Villa and obviously Liverpool come next week, so
I-
we'll see what I go on. But look, first goal, deadlock broken.
Yeah,
None
big,
other. You
big,
said it yourself.
big
That first
Gabby.
goal when Gabby comes back, it's gonna hit like crack.
Bro, I can't tell you how loud that was clapping, how hard that was screaming. Pause. Like I said it to you beforehand. The first Gabriel set piece goal it's like a euphoric experience, man. And it's always so good with Gabby because
It breaks the deadlock.
it breaks the deadlock, but there's so many bodies. Like I'm not really sure what's happened.
Yeah.
And then I just see Gabby wheeling away at the corner. I just see Gabby on his knees sliding at the corner flag. And Gabriel must have got something on that one.
See Saliba getting mental.
And it was so good.
It's perfect that it was Emi Martin.
It's so good, man. It's so good. And man, I missed set piece goals. I got to be honest with you.
Yeah.
All the slant, it's come full 360 where I'm missing them when they're not away.
Yeah.
I love how they open up the game. I love the sigh that everybody does.
Yeah.
1
minute into the second half.
Yeah, again, is that just another set piece goal? I must say it was good play from Gyökeres to help win the corner.
Yeah.
But the way the team was moving in the second half, and then once we went 1-0 up at home, was that okay?
It feels
okay. Arsenal have this funny thing though, because you mentioned it about some of these other games. We can have 15 minutes, 20 minutes at home.
Do you remember even I'm at the Man City one that was 5-1 last year?
Yeah.
It was 1-1.
Yeah.
Haaland scored in the second half. Went to 1-1.
Yeah. We can have this 15-minute spell, this 20 minutes. We've seen it bare times.
Yeah.
And we can just turn a team over. And what's funny about these 15, 20-minute spells, apart from the Atleti one, it's like everyone is just gonna chip in. We're gonna have a 15-minute spell where we have 3 different goal scorers, 4 different goal scorers.
Yeah.
Our next 3 shots from whoever 3 players are just going in. They're gonna find the backup in there. It's so good to see. I actually think the second goal is my personal favorite.
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised by that. But the second goal comes because Martin Odegaard
What's guy say though?
Wins the ball. he makes a tackle on Jadon Sancho, and hold that because that's Jadon Sancho. If Martin Odegaard is robbing the ball
come on.
All of this,
and I know he's not trying it on anybody else. Martin's not trying it on anybody.
That's John McGinn. We saw, like you said, Anana. No, go, run, bro. Run.
That's someone else's job.
Yeah. I'm not interested in that. But Jadon Sancho, no, I can bully you.
Yeah.
And that's Martin Odegaard talking about you. Yeah, wins it off him, drives forward, and that is why Arsenal fans and the nostalgia and Wenger players.
Look how hard it is for what I want to say.
That is why. No, because I loved it. Yeah, I loved it. The pass is just perfect. It's just weighted.
It's got options. He's got left
got right. And right. I don't think Zubamendi is an option.
No.
From where I'm,
he's a decoy.
From where I'm sat, centre backs and. That's Zubamendi's making a run to make space there.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly why he's making a run.
But Odegaard's found him perfectly. There's not too it's a difficult pass because Martinez any little bit too much. Martinez he's already coming out.
Yeah. And the 2 other guys are guys.
Yeah,
that's the hot hand in Trossard, and that's the main man.
Yeah, but I think the finish from Zubamendi is almost just as good because if you watch it back, he actually lifts it.
I was about to say
over Martinez.
It's not for me the Odegaard part per se that makes this my favorite goal, but it's the finish and the celebration. When he beats his chest, he knows 1 how big that goal is, and 2. It's Zubamendi's he's enjoying. He's in the fields now. He's enjoying this. He's loving becoming a bit of a game decider. He's as you say, he's making runs.
I sent you the video of the Emirates cheer when
yeah. But that beat of the chest and leap, I'm like, this is someone that's having fun. There's not regretting leaving Spain or he's taking on the new challenge.
No, he loves it.
Yeah, so. Yeah, for me, and obviously the timing of the goal is the most important thing.
Yeah, because it's literally 2 minutes after Gabriel's goal.
Yeah, right after we get our first one, I was like, don't get me wrong, I know guys was on the whole Villa comeback thing and their good second half team and all this kind of stuff, but I was kind of thinking the game is done at 2-0. Obviously, Marino's potential red card could have changed everything, but I just thought, and it was tough to say, but I just thought in that moment, we were so high. It would have been tough for me to see this Arsenal team lose this game, and anything can happen. 2-0 was not enough. Yeah, but
yeah.
I just also thought it was really interesting how like Odegaard's in the 6th position,
picking up the ball,
making a snapping challenge, and Zubamendi's in the 10 position, making a third man run into the box.
That almost looked like it was Sociedad in La Liga from 4 or 5 years ago.
I also loved how after that goal, Arteta calls Marino straight over as tactical.
Yeah.
We need to change things now that we're 2-0 up, all this kind of stuff.
But look,
it's just an all-round good goal.
We know, obviously, it's a great finish from Zubamendi. I think he's on, 3 goals for the season. He's hit the woodwork twice.
Yeah.
Right.
They were saying, someone in the post-match was like, I think he's got 3 goals and 2 assists or something along those lines. And they were like, it's the most goal contributions he's ever had to a season.
But, yeah, and I'm sure Arteta's putting those demands on him.
That's exactly what Arteta said. He's like, this is something I know he can do.
Yeah.
I've been telling him he needs to arrive with this final action, the final moment.
Yeah. I mean, the intelligence of the run and
the finish.
Look, exactly. Zubamendi, top player, top performance. There'll be plenty more times to
it's a big
play Zubamendi and talk about Zubamendi, but we're gonna have an Odegaard section.
Hey,
because
it's been a minute.
Look, in that second half,
positive Odegaard section.
In that second half, you need your skippers to stand up.
Yeah, he's balling.
Yeah, and it's funny because guys want to say that Odegaard these last 2 games and whatever. Brighton, I came on here, I said he's been good. He was good in that game. I think he had a good 45 against Villa. Yeah, I don't think the first half was anything to write home about, but the second half, he turned up the levels, he turned up the screws, he performed like a captain, he took the ball, he made decisive moments, he had a couple shots, he was hitting long shots outside the box that actually had some vim, had some power.
I was going to say
that one that Martinez tipped around the
For me,
post.
that's the biggest difference with Odegaard. I said it before in the pod or maybe off there, but I was like, sometimes I feel like even though Odegaard's on the instructions to shoot more, sometimes he does, some of his shots in the final third is like, it's just an opportunity to shoot, so I'll take it.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like in this game, a lot of what he was doing, obviously, particularly in the second half, was like with the thought process of, I want to score, I want to provide that final ball. There was just a lot more sort of intensity and endeavor, and not going through the motions to go through the motions, not having shots just to have a shot. Yeah. But like, I genuinely think this one can end up in the back of the net. I genuinely think that this pass can be the one, even for the third goal. So no Odegaard didn't swing off straight to Saka.
Yeah.
And obviously we spoke about for Odegaard to keep his place in the team, for us to feel as if Odegaard can justify his place in the team, even if it isn't a GA thing and he got his assist today, but there has to be this level of supreme creation. Yeah. And I felt as if we saw that in the second half where it was like, it's not just the assist. Obviously it's easy to say it because you got the assist, but like
it was
everything, all of the chances. All of the chances had like, oh, thank goodness Odegaard has done that in the sequence of play.
In that second half, he did. I don't know if maybe you feel the same way, but he showed me that he can still be that player.
Yeah.
Which I wasn't really sure of. I didn't think he could be that player. That second half, like you say, is obvious to anyone watching it that the game's just being run through.
Yeah, even if he doesn't get the assist, the game is still coming through him.
He's picking up the ball from the centre backs. He's progressing it from all of that stuff
taking
that
shots,
we love about Martin
corners.
Odegaard. It showed me that he still can do that, and he can still play like he might be one of the best midfielders in the league. I wasn't too sure he was going to be able to do that. However, you said it on the chat. Odegaard, please don't introduce me to a vibe you can't maintain. Please.
Obviously, Arteta, as I said, in training, Arteta's been seeing this to persist with him, to make him the captain. He always sees glimpses. I think the hardest thing for Arteta is that he sees glimpses of this player that no other team has in the Premier League, or this profile that so many teams struggle, apart from City, who have like 3 Odegaards. Yeah. My thoughts on it are, of course, don't introduce me to a vibe you can't maintain, but if Odegaard has 45 minutes like that for the rest of the season, then I do think that this Arsenal team is going to be like damn near impossible.
You say like in every game?
Obviously, the
or
consistency,
like somewhat consistent.
somewhat
Yeah,
consistent.
yeah.
He's not going to do it every week. We know that, but if he can maintain somewhat of that level, or have these halves, have these 60-minute spells where everything's going through him, he's the guy, he's creating the supreme creation, then I do think it doesn't matter if it's Jesus, if it's Havertz, if it's Gyökeres, if it's Mourinho, that ultimately through the Odegaard style of play, we will see chances for everyone.
And that's my overall point, is that if Odegaard, now that he's shown that he can, and this is Villa, this is 11-game winning run. This is no joke team. Right? They've come to the Emirates, and it's a massive game. And that second half, Odegaard's shown me that he can be at that level, and the level that he was. It almost felt like watching him from
years gone
23, 24. In that second half, if he does do that, this Premier League title starts to look a lot more closer. But that's why I'm like, don't introduce me to this vibe.
It's too early to say it now, but genuinely, like, there aren't many clubs for real with the profile of Odegaard and the ability for a player to produce in a way in which he does. And yesterday, or the game against Aston Villa, man, it was the wake up call, or it was the reminder that a lot of us needed. And he's had small little spurts, bro. He's had Newcastle, he had that, it was Olympiacos game, or West Ham, all this kind of stuff where it's like he's looked nice and tidy for little bits, but he's done some stuff that we don't necessarily like. I liked him at the opening day versus Man United, but that 45 minutes, bro, that is the standard. The same way we hold Saliba to higher standards, the same way we hold Gabriel Saka, all these kind of guys to higher standards. That's the standard that we need to hold Odegaard to maintain his place in this team and all this kind of stuff moving forward. And honestly, if he can give that every other game, then I think Arsenal, like, it's going to be super, super tough. As I say, it doesn't matter who our striker is. It doesn't matter necessarily who our wingers are. If Odegaard's going to release the ball, find guys in the perfect stride when they need it the most, in the situations that are best for them. And bro, Arteta must have changed things tactically like 4 times in that game. Like, we saw the whole stuff about Odegaard and Zubimendi picking up the ball.
That was good.
Like, Arteta must have changed things 4 times in that game. Odegaard's got to play like 3 different sort of roles in the midfield. Him and Zubimendi are just like, cerebral, the way they're sort of reading the game without.
Marino's the highest midfielder.
Like, I think that kind of stuff is always why Arteta's going to pick him. But for me as a fan, that's what I want to be seeing from Odegaard. Like, as a supreme creator, like, enough of we're just happy to see you press. We're just happy to see you sort of, build.
And we could have beaten Villa 2-1, 2-0, 1, whatever, But sometimes in a title race, I feel like you need to put the league on notice. And that second half from Martin Odegaard, and obviously it is a team performance, it's a team thing, but because of we've gone and scored 4 goals, he's kind of been at the heart of a lot of the good play we've had. The league has been put on notice that, and it almost sends shockwaves of guys that don't want Arsenal to win the league, don't want to see Martin Odegaard
back to a level
performing
for
like
sure.
that.
They don't want to see him back to
because
a level.
That, like you say, it doesn't matter who the striker is after that. But look, you said when Zubimendi is running through and Odegaard's find him, you got the 2 killers. You've got the main man and the guy who's been on the heater.
The hot hand.
This season, that hot hand is the main man. I have to put that out there because I was a bit disappointed in Bukayo Saka's performance on Tuesday. I think there were goals
there for him,
final actions that could have been, and again, that's we said it before, the expectation. But Leandro Trossard, we've made the point about 2 guys. You need 2 guys to step up unless you have an Erling Haaland or Mo Salah heater. Trossard, you're the second guy, bro. And you are the second guy.
I think the thing about Trossard is obviously it's being rewarded, not just in starts. I can't believe Trossard came off at like the 80th minute or whatever it was. Like, Arteta's like playing Trossard until...
I don't even know if he came off.
Until the game is over. He's no longer looking at... I don't know if he ever... But he's not... Like, Trossard's not just like a 60-minute man or a 30-minute man. Like, Trossard's now worked his way into a position where it's like, he's like, well... It depends on the game state. Like, if we're 3 goals up, 4 goals up, calm. We'll rest them for the next one. But if it was 2-1, if it was 2-0, I'm sure Trossard would have stayed on until or
as I said, that's what it was. He had to score the 3rd goal.
But the Trossard heater is I mean, it's legit. It is legit.
I mean, not only that, he scores the third one and he assists the fourth one.
Yeah. But I was about to say, man, my thing about Trossard is the goals are getting the love. I'm not here to say that Trossard's an underrated player or guys aren't speaking about Trossard. We like within the Arsenal community, we know. I know some of the wider audience are starting to respect Trossard's thing as well. But for me, the Trossard assists go so under the radar. Like I think we forget how creative Trossard is. We know he's a great finisher, but when you watch some of these comps and you see some of Trossard's contributions for 2020, I'm like, oh yeah, he did get that. Trossard was. He was that. That was his ball.
Yeah.
That X, Y, and Z, and like it's
sure.
just over and over again. Do you realize that? Oh yeah, Trossard's playing the right ball at the right time to the right person to score the goal.
That's
He's
it. Like,
it himself.
The Jesus goal, which we'll obviously come on to, a bit similar to the Eze fourth goal.
Yeah. Trossard also.
Both of those goals come from Trossard's pass, and it's not like a quote unquote difficult pass, right?
It just has to
but
be made.
It's an IQ.
Yeah.
I'll play this here on this side rather than just
no take on
like a Garnacho or Neto. I'll just swing that into the danger area and hope someone's there. He's pulling it back into Jesus or Eze, whoever it is. It's high IQ. It's what you're saying, making the right decision at the right time. But in this game, we have to talk about
the goal. Yeah.
Because Emi Martinez, he's just
flat-footed,
standing there watching it go past, hits the back of the net.
But those,
glad I got to celebrate that twice.
Yeah, Trossard scores all types of goals, but those ones are like, I think for me, I don't know, man. I can't say a signature Trossard goal, but like the special ones to me, because obviously Trossard is 2-footed and he's a great player. He's not even thought about that one.
Yeah,
like Timber's lining it up.
Yeah.
Timber thinks I have a shot here.
Timber's not past it.
Trossard's.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I see the ball. I hit the ball.
Right.
Those are the ones I know he takes when we know that Trossard has 2 or 3 shots a game. I love those ones where it's just like I'm not thinking about this one. This one just is getting hit.
Yeah.
And as you say, man, how it nestles into the corner,
almost bounces,
starts outside the post. The keeper doesn't dive. Game. If I thought it was done at 2-0, man, 3-0. Game over. Game over. 3 points in the bag. Yeah. Goggles out.
And
the goggles around.
Yeah. Love that. And we've spoken about it before, but again, man, Trossard gets the 1-year extension in the summer, and he has a lot of Arsenal fans in meltdown, not because of Trossard, but because we think that's the end of our business. Now, we said before, Trossard looked like the one that could go, and
yeah. If it was 1 in, 1 out policy, he would have been who we chose.
He's 31.
Yeah. Go on.
But the way he's now, look, this could be because obviously I think they only gave him a 1-year extension or whatever.
It wasn't even an extension; it was just a pay rise.
Oh, just a pay rise. Sorry, this could be contract Trossard.
Yeah.
I want my 3-year deal at the end of which. Absolutely, I don't give a fuck about.
Yeah. Whatever. He's done it.
If he scores all these goals, pay Trossard 200 grand a week, 250 grand a week at the age of 31. I don't care. Yeah, if he scores 10 Premier League goals, give him whatever he wants. But for him to have come on what he's come on this year, Arteta saying he works hard every day in training, he wants to learn, he wants to improve at the age that he is. That sort of professional, you can understand that Arteta said. Maybe, and this comes back to a bit of the point we're talking about with Maresca and compromise. Maybe Bertis said, "Oh, he's 31."
We don't no extension. Arteta's come back again and said,
"Well, okay, if you're not going to give him that, give him the pay rise to make him stay."
100%.
Right? And Arteta's seen that. Arteta's obviously said about Gabriel Jesus before. There's no chance he's leaving. No chance he's going. But yeah, respect to Trossard for coming out and doing that.
I do think the age thing is important, man. I was thinking about this on my way back. I was like. There's that Ronaldo image when he's like, other players are 30, 31, 32. They start to decline. Me, I get better. I definitely think that's the Trossard arc. It's not obviously this 2-2 is the same as Ronaldo, but he's the kind of guy that you would have thought is gonna deplete. Like, well, how quick is Trossard and how skillful really is he? Is he going to be able to get past these young fullbacks of today and all this kind of stuff? But at 31, 32, seems as if like his IQ has gone up another level. He knows his game. Yeah. And we're getting like the Trossard that we have right now is the best version of Trossard we've seen. And we've seen good Trossards over the years. but this is the best version of. This is like
23, 24.
no. The reason it's better than 23, 24 is there was never a version of Trossard that we were like, yeah, you're the best left winger.
Yeah.
And
But that was also because the performance of Saka
or some of the other
and-
guys, all this other stuff. But now it's like, even with options, even with potentially Eze and Martinelli and Noni and all these guys, we're still like, no.
He's our best attacker. This season, he's been our best
We're
attacker.
still saying like, no, you're good.
Yeah.
You got to start.
Yeah,
and that's
your
how,
spot.
and that's how I know that it's purely like down to the player. It's like in basketball, you see it so much where it's like when you turn like 30 something and your athleticism isn't what it was, and you know the situation of your team isn't what it was, and like the only way for you to stay into the league is to like develop either a 3-point shot or a mid-range. You have to develop some new arc to stay into the NBA. That's where Trossard is right now. He's developed his new arc to stay another year, 2 years, 3 years at the highest level.
Yeah, agree.
Because we were saying Besiktas. We were saying
Saudi,
anywhere, you know.
Yeah.
This guy can't play in Besiktas.
Shame on us.
Yeah, this guy can't play in Besiktas. Yeah. This guy can't play in
because that is the guy, right?
He can't play in Gala. He's too good to play for Gala.
100%. And look, Arteta spotted that. Arteta sanctioned the pay rise. All of that. So shout out to Leandro Trossard always. Now look, when you think it can't get any better, he comes on the pitch,
the cherry on top of the cake,
and his first involvement, I belong to Jesus. Gabriel Jesus comes back, and wow, what a goal, what a finish.
To add on to the vibes,
you said the Zubamendi one was your favorite.
But this is close. This one is close. Jesus. I've been on the Jesus train for a minute. Demons home.
Now's your time, bro.
Demons
take it
home.
Away.
I just feel like I was saying to you off air.
This one is his, bro. This one is. I gave him a bit of credit.
No. Wolves is his. Wolves.
He makes a run.
No. The reason why Wolves is his goal is because guys are like, even Arsenal ended up getting a result versus Wolves, and that sentence right there.
Just back.
No. That sentence right there is Jesus. The fact that guys say even Arsenal. No.
I think that
is Jesus. Even Arsenal managed to get a result. That's because Jesus was the difference.
Because of Saka's balling.
However, in this game,
this one,
obviously, this one cannot be. And I give him both goals, but this one cannot be taken away from him. I was saying to you off air, I was like, Jesus is different because before, Jesus was mad desperate to score. Like, just everything in his game was like a desperation to score.
Do you remember when Nick said, I think we've seen...
the last goal for Arsenal. Like, when Jesus' game is predicated on desperation to score, that's the worst version of Jesus. When he knows that he needs a goal. And I was saying to you off air last week, I was like, Jesus is like moving as if, like, it'd be good to get a goal, but it's not really like my be all and end all. I need to build with this corner here with Nkappi. I need to, chest bring down, get someone else involved. The way he takes that shot isn't of a guy that's like on
in his head.
363 or whatever it was.
362 days. I think.
Goal drought. That's just like, it's training.
Yeah.
First touch finish.
Yeah.
And I truly think, obviously, we'll never know, but I truly think that because Jesus wasn't so like laser focused, I need to score. When he's in front of goal and he already has that sort of confidence in his bank, man, Jesus is going to be a problem for a lot of guys. And that goal, it's just the cherry on top of the cake, bro. I've never seen Arteta like celebrate as loud. I was screaming. I thought the Gabby goal was good. I thought the Zubamendi goal was good. I thought the Trossard goal was good. But Jesus is going to come on and score within a minute.
I love the goal.
In a lovely move.
Like, because it's a goal that we don't usually see our strikers score, right? And that's not a Gyökeres thing. You throw Havertz in with that, and I'm a big Havertz guy, as people know, but Havertz probably doesn't score that goal.
Yeah.
Right? And it's not so much that Jesus will score that goal
again and again. Yeah.
But he comes on, he buries that past Martinez, he gives him no chance, and he makes it 4-0. And look, just on the conversation, who obviously Havertz was on the bench versus Villa. Who's starting on tomorrow? Right?
Tomorrow. I do start Jesus tomorrow. Like, the thing about Jesus is obviously he's got the goal, which is great, but he's been good in every cameo. He's been good in every 20 minutes. But Jesus doesn't have 90 minutes in him. We know that. Yeah.
But Palace, how much did he play?
Yeah, he played a lot during Palace.
Yeah.
But it seemed like quite a task even for Jesus just to catch up. Trossard, by the way, that 10-yard burst.
Yeah.
31, but it seemed like it took quite a bit out of Jesus just to keep up with play.
Yeah.
And it was Trossard and Zubamendi that were breaking away. It wasn't even like a Martinelli thing.
Yeah.
So I know Jesus doesn't have 90 minutes in him, but with the cameos that we've seen over Jesus for the last 3-4 games, I don't know, there is this like sort of totality that we have. He gets chances. He sort of links well with others, can hold up the ball just enough to make something happen. I just feel like there's no harm in giving him 60 minutes because we have Havertz, because we have your career. So if it isn't working, make the change. And I just feel as if there isn't many others. Like, I think Jesus for the remainder of the season is in the like super sub bracket.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I just feel like now is the chance, if there ever is one, to start him. Because if Havertz is fit and Havertz is going, it has to be Havertz. If Gyökeres starts scoring, it has to be Gyökeres.
But you know what? I don't completely agree with that, you know.
You don't think he's in the super sub bracket, or you don't think that he should
I don't
start?
think for the rest of the remainder of the season he's in the super sub bracket. Because...
and I'm a Jesus guy.
Yeah. And I've said this to you off air. He looks different, yeah, coming back this time than he came back from the last injury and the injury before that. He looks like he looked when he came to Arsenal initially, in terms of his movements on the pitch. And like I know you say, obviously he's struggling to keep up with play and whatever, but he's doing enough. Like, he was really unlucky not to score in the Palace game.
Yeah.
The amount of chances that he's had. I think that, look, ultimately I do agree that I think Havertz is going to be the striker, but I'm not ruling it out. Like, Jesus is playing in a way where it's like, this guy can give us a lot.
I just feel like in any game,
whether he keeps that up or not,
that's the thing. I just feel like Jesus will start in the games where,
like, if he starts at Bournemouth and he bags,
who
starts the next one?
No. Then it gets a bit interesting. But I just feel like Arteta's going to use Jesus in moments when we need maturity.
Mm-hmm.
When we're 3-0 up versus Villa, we need maturity. Yeah, in a cup game, when I need to rest guys, we need maturity. And so I feel like he will start in a lot of those ties. But who's to say you're right? If Jesus scores versus Bournemouth and doesn't even score the game after that, but scores the game after that, and he's 3 and 4, then I think it's Arteta's prerogative to play the hot hand, to play the guy that's sort of, providing the business right now. So there isn't like a cap on Jesus. I just feel as if the double ACL injuries at some point will show in some of these physical games or some of these back and forth games or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But for now, there's zero complaints, man. We all of us said, well, we were saying on the pod anyway, Jesus gets one goal, job done. For me now, he's in surplus. Yeah, and he's still looking hungry.
Yeah, for me now, he's job done.
No. For me, he's in surplus because he's got 2 winners.
But look, all respect to Gabriel Jesus, because that's a tough injury, especially when you've been out for a long time before. Like we said, 362 days before your last goal. To put the work in, work that hard.
The crowd, the players, you could see how happy they were for him.
Arteta after the game, like, it was all respect to him, and like how much he's probably had to work, how much he's had to put in.
It's not
to come back to score that goal, to take his top off, and
it was so good.
It was vibes, man. It was vibes at the Emirates on Tuesday night. I enjoyed it. And look, we're not gonna finish this segment without cussing out Unai Emery for the absolute waste man that he is. Yeah. Arteta, props to Arteta. This is Arsenal fans that you're saying about Villa, and they see Emery as the bogeyman. And he's the one that dents the title charge and takes the points or whatever. And Arteta took him to school on Tuesday. But Emery, chatting the most was after the game. Yeah, about he's gone to his coaches, and always my routine is to go to the manager first. And if Emery had won that game or that game had been a draw, Emery would have waited for Arteta to hug his coaches and come over.
Honestly, I
So
think
that's a bunch of was. If you're pissed and you don't want to shake Arteta's hand,
just say it.
just say it.
No,
Stand on it, 10 toes, chest out.
I think honestly that's why the win was so good, was because we needed a win full stop, yeah. But it wouldn't have been the same if it was a last minute win or if it was a 1-0 nervy win, because Villa would have seen themselves on our level. Yeah. However good we think we are, Villa would have said, we're right there with you, and we're still missing like an extra 200 mil of investment that you guys have already put into your squad. So I think the painful thing for Villa fans to take and for Emery to take, so in particular, was like, you got a last minute winner versus us, and then we comprehensively beat you.
Yeah.
At home. Yeah. So Emery, I told you how happy Emery was after the last one.
The touchline.
Yeah. So for Emery, like, who
shook his hand at the end of the game? Mikel Arteta.
Look, Arteta, yeah, he's already been burnt too many times by the media. He knows he's going to get treated differently.
If Arteta had done what Emery had done,
they cussed him out a million times over. But I think Emery was generally thinking like, we're not that far off Arsenal. Like this is gonna be my like big moment. I'm gonna come out and say that I'm in this title race, level on points. You know, thank Pep Guardiola, thank me. Phone calls from Pep after the game, all this kind of stuff. Yeah. So for Emery to be embarrassingly 4-0 down at some point in the game, especially after a good first half, yeah, it's just like, well, if this team has 15 minutes, I don't think. Maybe this is like braggadocious to say. I don't think in whatever 15-minute spell Villa have, will ever be 4-0 down in a game versus Villa.
Yeah.
You know? So I think that's what it is. And obviously it's lame from Emery not to shake his hand, not to wait. All the bullshit afters, I agree.
It's pathetic.
Just come out and say, lost my head.
Yeah.
I went
like,
down.
At least I can respect that.
Because I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand that. But honestly, putting words into Emery.
Or if you're that pissed, remember the Tuchel Conte one?
Yeah. But I think the like reality check was super tough for Emery to take.
And you know what, the other thing, I agree, the reality check, I completely agree. Emery didn't,
and that's why it was so good, the win.
Emery didn't think he was that far off. And to be fair, they've beaten City and Arsenal at home. So look, fair enough, whatever. They've gone on the 11-game winning run. But I also think, which I wasn't too much like buying into or sure of before, but 100%, like you say, the way Emery celebrated at Villa Park, it's personal for him with us.
Yeah, it is.
And I never really used to think it was. I thought Emery's managed better clubs.
No.
Because it didn't work. But now,
it's like players.
It's personal.
It's like players, man. Like, every player wants to score against his old club. But honestly, for managers, I think they're actually more competitive than players are. Yeah, so for Emery to have a successful managerial career and Arsenal to be the only, like, quote-unquote blip in his career, like, he is more determined than anybody on this planet to rewrite that narrative or to...
And Arteta's taken over from directly.
Provide a different angle to the story. It wasn't me, it was the club, whatever it is, whatever. Like, Emery is as much a competitor as any player out there. So, for sure, it's personal between Emery and Arsenal. You know, it'll be personal whenever Maresca goes back to Chelsea. Yeah, like it's gonna be the exact same thing. Like, I am a competitor. I want to win here.
Agreed. But I think for Maresca, even when he called out the board or whatever, he said, "I love the Chelsea fans." The Chelsea fans. I don't think Emery
feels that about the Arsenal fans.
I think
but Arsenal fans have every reason to dig out Emery, and that's why I don't understand. That's why I don't understand that. Like, I get it. Like, if you're not an Arsenal or Aston Villa fan, but for the casual to not understand why Arsenal fans say what they say about Emery, and for Villa fans or whoever to not understand that, I don't understand that perspective. Like, it was dark times on the Emery.
Agreed. As long as the perspective is that Emery is a top manager, and it didn't work for him at Arsenal. Exactly. And sacking Emery at Arsenal was the right call. Right? There's no two ways about that. If it's the Arsenal fans that are like, Emery's trash and he's overrated, and that's a bit too far. But I think for Emery, it's a bit personal with the Arsenal fans, and obviously, I remember Emery's team getting booed and whatever.
Yeah.
And you mentioned players being competitive. Emi Martinez, down in the tunnel.
Man,
rattled.
but Emi Martinez's thing, I really just don't understand. Even the
And
Instagram,
the fans are giving it to
the
him a
Instagram
lot.
post is great. Elbow allow.
Yeah.
Hashtag elbow allow.
Did you see who liked it?
Yeah, Gabriel. Like, but Emi Martinez, like, he's a pantomime villain. He's
That
the
stuff he was
definition.
doing in the
He's the definition of a pantomime. We need to dunk on Emi Martinez anytime.
Bro, the fans were singing a lot of shit.
But I think this would be his last year, regardless of what.
I mean, he was crying in the summer.
Yeah.
Meant to be
Marco
leaving.
Bizot.
Yeah.
He's up next.
And look, we'll just keep it short on Villa. As much as you say, look, the league's been put on notice by Arsenal. There's levels been shown. Emery didn't think he was that far off it. And look, we don't think that they're really in the title race or that they're going to win the league or whatever. But just for argument's sake, if Villa fans want to believe, which you have every right to believe, this result isn't a case of like
the end of the world.
Well, you're just out of it.
Yeah, no. They're only 6 points behind us.
You lost to the team at the top of the table. Exactly 6 points, halfway stage.
Yeah.
It's not a case of you're just out of it.
Yeah. Only Villa fans should know that more than most because we lost to Villa on some 90th minute, like scramble, scrappy goal. Like if that was to happen again, and Villa were to win that weekend, Villa would be 3 points behind us with like anybody's game.
Yep.
So 6 points.
It's about what you do now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
6 points isn't the end of the world for Villa, even for Villa's aspirations. Villa fans, like, I'm sure the most delusional of them want to be in a tight race, but most Villa fans are like, we'll take top 4, top 3. Will be a great season. And they're on track. And
everyone else around them
just drop points. I don't think Villa fans will honestly be too upset other than the reality check of it all. Yeah. And that reality check of it all is why it's such a good win for Arsenal because it wouldn't have been a reality check if we had just won 2-1.
Yeah.
Or if we had just won 1-0.
I think Morgan Rogers' interview said it best.
Yeah.
He was like, there's no shame losing 4-1 to them. They're the best team in the league. And
it needed to be that kind of vibe.
Yeah.
It needed to be that kind of vibe, honestly, because, it's been a struggle watching Arsenal for the past couple of
years. Yeah, we needed that one. And, Arteta got that one on Emery. Arsenal fans got that one. And it was good. It was good to send the Villa fans packing back to Birmingham. So off you pop. And look, thank you guys for listening to this. If you're still riding the wave of the Arsenal win and everything, let us know in the comments. If you think Villa are still in the title race, let us know. And Nick, I'm sure you want to leave a comment about
Odegaard.
Go for it, man.
We're on the train, by the way.
If he keeps this up, Nick, we're gonna have you on. Yeah,
I'm on the train at least.
You're still chasing.
I'm on the train.
You're chasing the train. Nick's told you.
No.
The train left the station.
No, I'm on the train.
Yeah, you're chasing it. But look, thank you guys for listening. We'll catch you next time. Peace.